sorry about that, guys. When my wife called and beeped in, she threw my sound off on the video, so and I didn't know how to get it back, so I figured the only way was to get the sound back. I just ended that live and started another one. So, if you do happen to join this one, uh, let me know if you guys can hear me. Before I get the rumbling. So, are you able to hear me this time? I don't want to just be running my mouth if y'all can't hear me or whatever like that. So I'll make sure y'all can hear me. So yeah, am I good, Blake? Yep, cool. All right, bet. All right, so yeah, all right, so yeah, we were talking. So nah, I'm gonna let you have the Russian companies, my guy. Uh, I don't think I could do it. I've been there and tried that, and it wasn't my thing. But yeah, man, where y'all at? Right now, I'm in Petersburg, Virginia. I'm at a pilot. I'm not driving right now, so if anybody's worried about that, and I appreciate concern if you're worried about me driving and doing lives, but I ain't driving. Anyways, I'm in Petersburg, Virginia. I had just delivered a load of Sea-Doo jet skis to a place called Extreme Sports over in Kilmarnock, Virginia. It's about 95 miles from here. I'm here to be picking up a load tomorrow morning. So I had a short day today. I had a two-stop where I delivered in Richmond, Virginia yesterday, and then Kilmarnock this morning. And so I just did my day ahead to get over here to Petersburg, Virginia, where I'm picking up a load at in the morning. What's going on? What's going on, man? I'm chilling. So you over in New York, Blake? Man, it ain't bad up there? Like, I thought it'd be throwing down with the snow up there. Cause I was about to head that way at first, like Connecticut way at first, but that load ended up canceling anyway. So I just figured maybe it wasn't meant for me to be up there. Oh dang! Weirdly enough, my wife called earlier. It was snowing it's snowing in Florida, even in Pensacola. Yeah, it's snowing there. I remember the name. I remember meeting. I think we met a couple times, or met once or so. I think when we were at Boyd. Right. Yeah, man. Actually, a lot of people left Boyd. Even Nick left Boyd. I don't know if you knew that or not. You know, Nick loud, talk to everybody with his outside voice. Yeah, that Nick. He left Boyd as well. Yeah, man. They and I hated that about their lease purchase, right? So as a lot of y'all might know, and y'all probably started following my channel because of the video. When I was working at Boyd Brothers doing their flatbed, I was doing the lease purchase. I did pretty good over there originally with the lease purchase, right? And I made a video. Video had got a lot of views, maybe 25K views or whatever. So the video got a lot of traffic, and I was talking about the lease purchase program. Well, somewhere around, I think, August, September of last year, they actually paused their lease purchase program. This happened around the time that new company, I think it was TFI, had took over from them. At that time, they had also paused their trainer program for owner operators. So if you were an owner operator, meaning you had your own truck, or you were a lease operator, meaning you were leasing a truck from them, you could no longer train students. Said they forced you to spend time on the road for weeks at a time. Wow. Now, I didn't know things had got that different at Boyd, but I knew it had to be bad. Because for Nick to leave, and if anybody knew Nick at that terminal, Nick was very, what's the word I want to say? He was very passionate about his job. He loved his job. He loved what he did. So for Nick to leave, it had to be something bad. And I don't know what happened to cause him to leave. I mean, I'm friends with him on Facebook, but I didn't want to be all up in his business. But yeah, so Boyd had got different, y'all. Y'all know that when I was at Boyd, I was pretty happy. I even had left Boyd. And yeah, I know. Yeah, I think you did leave before me. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think we just talked a couple times on the channel here and there. But if y'all had started following the channel when I was at Boyd, at first I was happy at Boyd. You know, my freight was good. I was running good. I started training students at one point. And then I left because, you know, I had some personal stuff going on at home and I needed to be home more with my wife at the time. And that's why I left. You know, it wasn't necessarily on bad blood the first time. So I left there, was gone for about a month and a half. Things got better at home. So I was able to come back, came back, boom. I wasn't even there a good month after I came back, and they let me go because of a failed DOT inspection. And had basically told me that no one else would hire you. You might want to start driving garbage trucks, doing local work. They basically told me that nobody would hire me. And the day they let me go, Mercer hired me the exact same day and approved me for orientation the next day. And then the next week I was in orientation for Mercer. So it's wild that Boyd did me like that. But from all things that I have heard from people I know that are still connected to Boyd, that Boyd went downhill. And you know, I don't wish bad on any company, any person. I don't even like to talk trash about any company. Other than Super Ego, they deserve everything you hear about them. And I'm going to leave it at that. Everything you hear about them, they deserve it. And I promise you there's a story behind everything you hear about them. But we ain't here to talk about them. But what I did want to talk about, y'all, because I'm going to get off of that, because Lord knows, I imagine every trucker in the world got a story about them. So you get your own truck next month. Congratulations in advance. That's what's up. What you getting? What kind of truck you getting? I've been thinking that once I pay this truck off, I got, what, 2 years left on this truck? So I'll be done with this truck May of 2027. So 2 years and 4 months, give or take. And this truck will be completely paid off. No balloon payment at the end. Nothing like that. Cam, big dog, what's going on, man? Man, like that's somebody I respect right there, right? So Cam, like the way Cam moved, y'all, is like, you ever heard somebody talk like, and at first you sometimes think, oh man, this dude arrogant, this dude this, that, and that. But when the more you listen to it, you realize, damn, you know, this guy got a mind for business. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to like what he say, because he probably don't care if you like it or not. But at the same time, bruh move, you know, he move in a way that's always going to be beneficial. He's never going to go somewhere and be like, nah, I'm just going to settle in here. And people love saying stuff like, oh man, people be job hopping. He over here 1 month, he over there 1 month. So that's that man, that's his truck, that's any driver. That's your truck, that's your life. Man, move what's best for you. You would rather move around than be like a slave to a job that you hate. Why? Just for employment history? Hell no. Move the way you're supposed to, that is going to benefit you and yours. Nobody else's. Not your YouTube channel, not your Instagram following. Move what benefits you, your loved ones, you know, financially the best. And that's what mans do. And that's something I'm gonna always be a big fan of. Anybody, any trucker, anybody, period, trucker or not, that moves not to please anyone else but the people they care about, the people they do it for. That's big respect right there. Period. So let's see. So they will always say there's a huge lack of truck drivers in the United States coming to hire. Like, all right, so Fred, I agree with you. Like, man, I don't think that there's a shortage of drivers. I think that there's too many drivers. I think that shortage of driver thing was maybe something that was going on before COVID, quite possibly, and maybe not even then. But when COVID happened, stimulus checks happened, a lot of LLCs started popping up out of nowhere. A lot of company drivers got some stimulus money in their hands, and they said, "Screw that, I'm buying a truck," and started their own LLC, got their own authority. I'll admit to being one of them. At the time when right before COVID started, I was a lease driver for Total Transportation, and I was a trainer there. But of course, when we got that money, my wife gave me her blessing. She was like, "Go ahead and get you a truck. Let's do it." Got me a truck, went drove for Landstar. Made such good money at Landstar during COVID. I had went and got my own authority, and I was doing good with that until my truck crapped out on me. So, I had to kind of hit rock bottom and start over again. Put 30K in that truck, and that truck still crapped out on me. So, I wasn't finna keep tossing more money into a damn fire pit. But yeah, no, I'm not from moving forward. No, I'm not from ATL. I'm from Mississippi, but I live in Florida right now. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, you're right, Cam, man. That's one thing, that's gonna always get mad respect from me if it means anything. Like, bruh, stand on business, period. Like, it's a matter of, we ain't doing this stuff for fans. He ain't doing it for likes. He ain't doing it for follow me and monetization. Bruh just move the way he want to move, and you gotta move like that. You don't owe these companies no loyalty, and I think that's what a lot of people misunderstand as far as going to the title of the video about the trucker lifestyle. You don't owe these companies no loyalty. If it ain't your company, your MC, your DOT number, you don't owe any company any loyalty. If you come there today, we can promise you this, that, and that, and you get there and they didn't fulfill their promise, leave. Deuces, holla, peace, bounce. Because you don't owe these companies that kind of loyalty, man. Because otherwise you're going to end up slaving for a promise that they're making to you that they won't keep. Because they told you that off rip, that they weren't going to keep the promises they made to you. They just did that because to get you in the door. Because they got a load they need moving, and you just a quote unquote sucker that they hired to move that load. That's it. Unless your name on that door, a lot of companies don't care about you. You could probably unalive today, and they'll have your stuff out that truck by tomorrow, washed and ready to put somebody in that truck the same day of your funeral, and won't even send their condolences. That's a recruiter. that's the title. Like what you put, Blake, that is the actual official job title of a recruiter. To make promises and never deliver. It's few recruiters, that will actually deliver on everything they tell you to get you in the door. But with any company, once they get you in the door, you probably never talk to the recruiter again, unless you sending in more recruits. So that's how they really go with that, man. Like, it's crazy that companies do that, and you feel like it should be illegal, but I ain't gonna say that some people say that it's a sucker born every day. And I ain't gonna say it like that, because we've all tried to just do something we could to better ourselves. But make the companies stand on what they tell y'all when you get in the door. And if they don't stand on it, dip out. When your CDL good, because that's something some old head told me before. He said when your CDL good, your PSP and your MVR, when your CDL good, you ain't got to take no BS from no company. You ain't got to sit there in no second rate, second chance place, and ain't nothing wrong with those type of places. But you ain't got to sit there and take nobody BS. When your license good, your job history good, your record speak for itself, you can leave a job Friday, be in orientation Monday for another job. Just that quick. I did it. I've done it before. I literally, when I first started driving and I was at Covenant Transport, they tried to let me go because of an accident that I didn't even cause. They say I dragged the tires on a trailer at a Family Dollar, and it wasn't even me. It was the yard dog that did it. But he wouldn't take responsibility for it because I had hooked up to the trailer, and they tried to blame that on me and tried to let me go for that. I called Total Transportation, and they sent me a Greyhound ticket that same day before Covenant Transport could even fire me. So when your CDL good, your record good, your work history good, you always delivering on time, you pick up on time, you doing your thing out here, Your record speak for itself. Can't nobody say nothing to you. So, that's just helpful advice for any new guys that may be trucking out here. These companies, not only do they not owe you loyalty, most times they won't show you loyalty. Like, I put a lot of work into building up, for example, Boyd's profile. I sent a lot of people to Boyd. I got a lot of referrals for people I sent to Boyd Brothers Transportation. And this is no dig at Boyd Brothers. Because I enjoyed my time there. I just felt like how they let me go was a little that was slimy. But they did what they had to do, and that's all right, because God put me in a position, like Cam said, God don't make mistakes, man. So God put me in a position where I can, run my numbers up a little bit better than I did there, and not even have to work as hard to do it. I ain't doing all that damn tarping and stuff. Yeah, all right, so Gabe, yeah, so a lot of people did leave from what I heard. Like I said, I was talking to a few guys. They said Nick and his wife left. Jennifer, the one that does payroll, yeah, they said she left too. Which, I mean, that was probably gonna be obvious because, they were married, so if he left, she was gonna leave right behind him. I think somebody even told me at one point, even the guy that was supposed to be like the CEO or the whatever, Chris Cooper, I think they said he left too. Now that one, I don't know if I can believe that one, but that's what I've heard. But I know Nick left for sure because I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I saw that he posted that he actually works at PNS now. So yeah, Nick Walker, he over at PNS now. I don't know what he does over there, but that's where he's at now. So yeah, Boyd wasn't the same. Once TFI took them over, they weren't the same. So when people write me about Boyd now, I just tell them, I guess just call and see for yourself what it is like over there, because the videos I put out for them, they're a little outdated now, So, but yeah, y'all, all right. So this whole trucker lifestyle stuff, right? So y'all tell me in y'all words, like how do y'all make this trucker lifestyle work? What do y'all do? Sorry, y'all, there's a bunch of people trying to back up around here, and me, my eyes on the scope. I'm trying to, but I got people on the left and right of me, so I should be good. But yeah, how do y'all make this trucker lifestyle work? What do y'all do, for example, to make sure you're not spending too much money on fast food, meal prepping? That's one thing I'm really trying to get into, some meal prepping, because otherwise my fat behind gonna be out here eating Pringles and probably doing everything that isn't very productive. So what do y'all do out here to kind of fight off stuff like making sure you're not spending too much money on fast food, to make sure, to fight off depression or, loneliness, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't trying to be all sentimental, and, I'm definitely not trying to get in y'all business. But what do y'all do to fight off certain stuff? Because there's a lot of truckers out there that could probably, potential truckers out there that could be good at trucking, for example. But what advice would you have for people who, although they could probably handle the job, they could probably drive good, back good, they can alley dock, they can 90, they can 45, whatever maneuvers you want them to do, they could probably do them, but they don't know how to handle the lifestyle. They don't know how to handle like the loneliness, the pressure of being away from your kids, your boo and your bae and all this other stuff, they don't know how to handle that. So what advice would you have for those type of people if there are potentially, potentially new truckers or rookie truckers that may be watching? What advice would you give them to kind of start off their trucking career and to kind of handle this trucker lifestyle? Because like I said, a lot of drivers, they can drive, but it's the lifestyle that be breaking them. And I'll even start with myself, right? So me having PTSD, right? For those of you who don't know, I was in the Army. I'm a veteran. I did my time in the Army. I was stationed at Fort Stewart in Hinesville, Georgia, 3rd Infantry Division. MOS was 25 uniform. I was a commo. So, all of that. But, I was diagnosed with PTSD. I do get 70% from the VA. So shout out to the VA. They get your boy paid. But, where I was going with that is that sometimes, like even with the Army, I could perform the job. There was nothing about my job in the Army that bothered me, but it was some of the mental things I was going through at the time, and I didn't have an outlet. Even though I was married at the time, and there's no disrespect to my first wife, I am remarried, but she wasn't the support system I needed when I was going through a lot of the triggers I was going through at the time when I was in the military. But yeah, so yeah, a good thing to do in life, like you put there, Gabe, is having a plan. Having a plan. With me, that's been a big thing for me this year, because I felt like too long I had been living my life just kind of day to day. I wasn't planning right. And I think even with some of the failures I may have experienced in trucking, it was probably because I didn't plan my life right. I wasn't doing what I needed to do. And I could probably even say that I may have foolishly spent money at times where I probably should have been saving, that I probably wasn't working as hard as I should be working. I feel like that now. And it's not that I don't feel unfulfilled. It's not a freight thing. Like even with Mercer, I'm at Mercer right now. For those of you who don't know, I do flatbed at Mercer. It's not even a freight thing. It just feels like, you ever feel like you should be working harder and you're not? And that's what I feel like right now. What up, Lou? Hope it's all good. Hope you out there making the money, making the bread. And hope you're doing it out there and you ain't got to work hard to do it. Always working smarter, not harder. So that's how I feel, man. So that's how I am, right? So like I said, y'all, today was just kind of me just trying to, pick y'all brain about how do y'all handle this trucker lifestyle, right? Because we all get on here, we talk about money, paper, getting to the money, and all of that is cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I want some money just like everybody else do. I damn sure ain't out here trucking for free. I damn sure ain't out here just trucking because I love the open road. I love to travel. I'm from a small town, so of course I love to travel. I love to see the world. I love the fact that I get paid, technically, to travel. I mean, that's kind of part of a trucker's job description, is that you get paid to travel. But how do y'all handle it? Like the mental, the emotional aspects, knowing that, you miss your daughter's birthday. You miss walking your son to the bus stop on his first day of school. You missing out on daddy-daughter dances, your son's first, baseball, football game. Stuff like that. That's the stuff that a lot of truckers don't talk about that much. And if y'all watch my channel to any capacity, like I said, me having PTSD, I'm big on this whole mental health thing, right? You gotta be mentally strong to handle this trucking life. As they say, trucking ain't for the weak. Trucking ain't for everybody. And it's true. It ain't. Some people can be damn good drivers, but they can't handle, mentally. For me, what I do, I have a sketch pad. I keep it up here in my little, area up here, and I do some drawing sometimes. I haven't been drawing lately because I can't find any of my drawing pencils. I think I may have left them at home the last time I was at home, but I have a sketch pad. So I do some drawing there. I also have a laptop, and I may do some PC gaming or whatever, just for a little escapism. You know what I'm saying? Take your mind off the pressures of the road, pressures of the load. Whatever it is you're going through, and just kind of escape reality for a moment. I don't smoke or nothing like that, so I don't indulge in anything there. But so stuff like that is important when you're out here. So I'm sorry, y'all, this ain't a typical trucker video. I'm not on here, talking about like settlements and dispatchers and stuff like that. Some of my drawings, I have to see if I even have some of them, because some of my drawings I don't. Let me see if I can find my sketch pad. Some of my drawings I don't keep them. I either draw stuff for like my kids, or Um, like sometimes I'll draw stuff and yeah. Apparently I threw them out. This is my sketch pad. Um, I don't have anything in it. Because apparently, like a lot of stuff I draw for like for my kids, like when it's my kid's birthday, like I drew them like a Hello Kitty sign because they were in a Hello Kitty and like Peppa Pig. I drew some stuff for them so they can like hang on their door. And you know, when I go home, sometimes me and my kids will tear out some pages and we you know, we just draw stuff, just doodle and you know, stick figures and you know, draw just stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just anything just to do something with the babies, man. I love my kids. Yeah, definitely, man. For me, drawing was always an outlet for me, even in school. You know, I'm not gonna say that I was ever the best at it, and I'm mad I didn't have any drawings in there, but because I usually kept some in there. Normally, my kids tear them out because they be wanting my stuff, because they'll make me stuff too. Like my kids be making me arts and crafts. If I could find it, but yeah, like my kids had made me like for Christmas, they had made me like a gingerbread man. For Christmas, and when I came home, I got that. Or they'll like draw me cards and stuff sometimes. So, you know, just doing something creative to keep your mind going when you stuck out here. As far as what state I'm in, Julian, I'm in Virginia right now. I'm in Petersburg. I'm at a pilot right now, just chilling. I'm done driving for the day. I got unloaded with some jet skis I had picked up in Laredo on Friday, and I finally got the last load off today. It was a multi-stop load, and I got the last load off today. So I'm just chilling because my next load don't pick up in Jesus, I can't talk, y'all. My next load don't pick up till in the morning, and I'm within 8 miles of my pickup. So perfect place to be chilling. But yeah, y'all, I thought I would have had some drawings for y'all. So next time I go live, I'll make sure I have some drawings. You know, and I can show those off. You know, I'm not a super artiste. I'm not the next Picasso or anything, but it's a good outlet. Like I said, other than that, you know, just playing some video games, that always helps. Doing these videos, that's why I started my channel, y'all. So if you ever watched my channel or some of my really older videos, right? At one point in my life, I was a training minister. Believe it or not, at one point in my life, I was a training minister. So if you ever seen any of my older videos, for some reason pop up on your news feed, and they're more just like, it used to be like a video series I would do called Let's Keep It Real. And I used to talk about different subjects. Sometimes I had my wife on the show with me. Sometimes, you know, one time it was my pastor. Sometimes it was just me and my kids. But I used to do like my original YouTube channel started off as a like a Let's Keep It Real thing, and I would just talk about, you know, real topics and subjects, stuff like that. And then once I started trucking, I transitioned it into a trucking video. But some of those old videos are on here. But I'm real big on mental health, y'all. Period. I live in Florida, by the way. But I'm real big on mental health videos. That for me, that's important, man, because we can all make money out here. We can all drive. We can probably already, you know, do a 45 with our eyes closed and one foot hanging out the window. But like mentally, how y'all doing? Like mentally though, are y'all good? Y'all straight? Is you all right? You know what I'm saying? Like trucking, although we have somewhere to be, you know, all of us do. We all got somewhere to go. But a lot of truckers, they just driving, right? They just go. They just on the wheel. They just go, go, go. They don't ever stop, you know, and think. Stop and smell the roses, because, you know, the phrase out there is, oh, if the wheels ain't turning, you ain't making money. If you ain't turning, you ain't earning. All these other slogans, and that sound good on paper. But when do you stop? When do you stop and just think? Like, damn, man, what am I doing? What's my plan? Do I have it? No, if you're not a company driver, you're an owner operator out here and you got to fend for yourself. When do I park the truck? Am I going to be out here still 70 years old, tarping and strapping these loads? You have to ask yourself that sometimes. That way you give your brain time to stop and smell the roses and just kind of tap in with reality. Like, that's why I started doing this YouTube channel, y'all. Like, for real, for real. It wasn't just to kind of show y'all the day in the life of a trucker. In a sense, it was more so because, one, I love y'all. And what y'all may not understand is that the comments, the feedback, the love y'all show me when y'all don't have to. At the end of the day, we're somewhat all strangers to each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't, some of y'all I have met. A good amount of y'all I have met. Some of y'all I have not met. Some of y'all I have never met. Some of y'all I might not ever meet. But to know that there's even strangers out there that will show you so much love, concern for how you're doing, your well-being, the way people came through for me about a month or so ago when I thought I was out of here, trucking wise, like, that's straight love. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't drive an 18 speed. I am not auto restricted. But I prefer, and I drive, and I haven't driven a manual in years. What is it? So I've been driving it'll be 7 years in March. March 15th will be 7 years I've been driving. And for 6.5 of those years, I've been driving an automatic. So I imagine I would probably have to retest if I wanted to drive a manual. Blessed said, would you still recommend SFI? Yes. But, so I guess that yes comes with, I would recommend them, yes, depending on where you want to take the truck. Do I recommend them while working at Schneider? Schneider's freight kind of been up and down. I think we all know that. I think it was well documented throughout Facebook and a lot of different Facebook channels. Schneider's freight was up and down. Quick plug real quick. Y'all, if y'all wanted to, right, just to help a boy out and show some love, they have stuff like what they call like super thanks on here, right? And gifts and chat things you can help to support the channel. If you want to do that, feel free to do that at your own discretion. I appreciate you guys just even tuning in, chatting, hitting the like button, sharing, asking questions. I appreciate all that. But that's just an alternate way that if you want to support the channel, that way you can. You can send gifts, or I don't know how much they cost. They maybe like 99 cents or something. But if you want to do that, do that. If not, anyways, carrying on. So I think SFI provides a good opportunity for truckers to try to get their feet wet out here in the owner-operator game. I had no issues with SFI myself. I had a truck from there. I had that truck for 9 months. Now, don't get me wrong. The truck is expensive. The trucks are expensive. But they have a good, maintenance account, and you're going to usually, from my experience and the experience of those I've talked to with SFI trucks, you're going to get a good truck that's in good shape. So you're going to build up a good maintenance account because that truck isn't going to really need anything. It may have some wear and tear stuff, right? You might need a tire here or there or whatever like that. But that truck is usually not going to need anything right away. So yeah, you're probably paying $900 a week for a truck note, but one is usually a newer truck. Usually maybe 2 or 3, like today, this year being 2025, you'll probably end up in a 2022 to 25 truck. So you're getting a fairly new truck. Even the truck I had got from them when I was there, I think it only had 74,000 miles on it, or 47,000 miles. It's something like that. The truck had really low mileage on it. And this was in 2023. and I think I had a 2022. So I had a fairly new truck. So the price was high, but I think it's worth it. But with SFI, you have to grind. It is all about the grind with an SFI truck. You cannot get caught slipping. Whatever you do, taking too much time off with an SFI truck is going to hurt. It's going to hurt bad. So if you're someone like me right now who has a lot of, although I make a good income at Mercer, if you have a high amount of overhead, like expenses, home expenses, I would highly suggest not to do SFI unless you want to run hard constantly. Ain't nothing wrong with running hard. We all run hard. But unless you want to run hard, non-stop, constantly, I highly suggest not to do it. Because unless you live in a good freight area, that SFI truck will keep you away from home. So that's my take on it. Do it, but do it with caution. Ray said you'll be headed to Mercer on the 3rd. Yeah, right. So, and congrats to you on that if that's definitely something you had in mind and you want to do. My opinion on Mercer, I've been here 3 months now. Today actually makes 3 months. Damn, I ain't even. Yeah, because I started at Mercer on October 21st. So, yep, November, December, January. Yeah, today is literally my 3 months. So, damn, I didn't even think about that. So, yeah, Mercer has been good to me. I've been here 3 months. I do flatbed at Mercer. Freight's been good. My coordinator, or, some people call them managers, or, no, she's not a dispatcher. She don't dispatch me. But my coordinator, she is absolutely amazing. Mercer does have a load board, but it's more of a website, what they call their contractor website. And you can go in there, you can pick your own loads. You can book yourself out as long as you want to. They don't even have a cap on how long you book yourself out. If you want to book yourself out 2 weeks in advance, if there's the freight to do it, you can do it, and they won't stop you. You can do it. Sure can. You can call the agents yourself. It has the agent phone numbers in there. You'll already know where the load picks up, when it delivers. You know what the rate is. The rate it shows on the website is the rate to the truck, so you don't have to do any math. As far as what I make here, I make 75% of the load. So yeah, Mercer pays 75%. Partially because I'm also leasing the trailer here. So, if you're doing flatbed at Mercer, you have to lease the trailer. That's your trailer. They don't do drop and hook flatbed. They do drop and hook with dry van. So Mercer does do drop and hook with dry van, but they do not do drop and hook with flatbed. If you're doing flatbed here, you have to lease the trailer. My trailer payment is only $700 a month, not a week, a month. And my trailer lease is only for 2 years. So I'll be done with my trailer October. No, I think it's like December. So December of 2027, I'll be done paying off the trailer. I've already paid off all my equipment anyway, so I already own my own tarps, chains, binders, all my flatbed equipment I own. I may buy some new ones because my tarp got shredded. Anyways, all right. So as far as how often I get home, just when I want to. I mean, I kind of live in a sucky area, being in Pensacola. It's on the panhandle of Florida, so it is hard to get home. I will admit that it's not very easy to get home, to get there. I have family in Mississippi, and it's a lot easier to go there than it is to go to Pensacola, because I-20 passes through there. What is it? I-55, Highway 82. It's very easy to get through Mississippi than it is for me to get home. But like, I'm going to be going home this weekend. But I've been out the house for about 3 weeks now. I wasn't planning it. That's just the way freight went. I was actually supposed to go home this past weekend, but things didn't work out that way for me to go. But I am going home this weekend. I've already made my mind up about that. I already have the loads in place to get me home. But yeah, Mercer has been good to me. I've been here 3 months. Their orientation is only a day and a half, man. Yeah, it's only a day and a half. You have to pass an inspection. If your truck is not in tip-top shape, I promise you, and even if it is, those inspectors that inspect your truck at Mercer when you go to orientation, they're going to find something wrong with your truck. Absolutely will find something wrong with your truck. You could have just pulled that truck out of Long Mountain dealership parking lot and just passed a pre-trip and DOT inspection at Long Mountain, drove that truck straight to Mercer, and I guarantee you they will find something wrong with that truck. I guarantee you they will, because they literally do a level 1 DOT inspection on your truck when you bring it to Mercer for inspection. And not just, a regular DOT inspection, they're checking the tires and making sure your windshield's not cracked. No, they get under your truck. They're checking all your bearings. They're checking like your U-bolts, and they're checking everything. Your shocks, your oil pressure, making sure you don't need a new PM, or your oil filter. They check everything. So if your truck is not in tip-top shape, they're going to find those problems that need to be repaired, and they're going to have you repair your truck before they allow you to drive or pull freight for them. You're going to have to get those issues fixed, and it's going to be out of your dime. So if you know your truck isn't in great shape, I would definitely not try to take it to Mercer, because they're going to find something and they're going to make you fix it before they'll take you on. And because technically you're not an employee, they're not going to front you the money to get it fixed and be like, oh, just pay us back, because technically you're not an employee. You're just an orientation or whatever like that. But no, Mercer has been good to me as a company. My coordinator, her name is Holly. She is absolutely amazing. Half the time I don't even have to look at the load board. She already had me on point. You know what I'm saying? Like, rarely do I look at the load board. The only time I look at the load board is when she's not in the office, like if she's out on vacation, or some paid time off or something, or if I know I'm just specifically trying to go a certain direction, but the options she's calling me with are sending me somewhere different. So I'll just go and look for myself to see what's out there. But most of the time I don't even need to get on the load board. She already got me taken care of. But, so if y'all got any other trucking questions, you can ask that. But yeah, so as far as like I said, the title of the video, and we were talking about trucker lifestyles, right? So like I said, I do some drawing, I do some video game playing. I like to have a plan. So sometimes I write things down, right? Like whatever my plan for the week is, or whatever it is I'm trying to keep into my head. Usually I get like some sticky notes or something, and I kind of just, stick them somewhere where I can see them, right? That way I kind of keep my eyes on the prize, and I know what mission I'm trying to accomplish that week. Whether it's a certain revenue, whether it's just to get home, whether it's to like improve my skill set, right? Because flatbed is always a challenge. It feels like you're doing something new every other week, especially here at Mercer. Now with Boyd, all I did was lumber, tarp. But with Mercer, I've been doing a lot of stuff I had never pulled before. Like transformers and hazmat loads. Mercer has hazmat loads. Been pulling like fire hydrants and engines. I've pulled the engine once. Giant AC units. I've showed those on some of my videos where I pull those giant AC units. Some you can strap down, some you do have to chain down. So I've been doing a lot of interesting stuff since I've been here at Mercer, and I've been enjoying that, improving my skill set, because a part of me wants to get into heavy hauling at some point, y'all. But then a part of me wants to transition away from flatbed. So I won't lie that I have been considering transitioning away from flatbed. I've been doing it for a year now. January 8th makes a year that I have been doing flatbed. And I enjoyed it. I enjoy the challenges of it. Yeah, the weather sucks right now, but that doesn't play a part in it, because hell, in the summer the weather sucks when it's 100 degrees outside and you out there tarping in the damn sun. But would I do drive in at Mercer? I would. I've been thinking about getting back into reefer though, right? Because at one point before I had got my truck with SFI, I was actually doing reefer over at Hirschbach. I was leasing a truck over at Hirschbach, and while I did like the company, it's my management I didn't like. My fleet manager, she was something special. I'm gonna try to keep it PG-13. She was a special case, and it was because of her and the fact that would not change my fleet manager after I repeatedly asked them to change my fleet manager because, for lack of a better word, we didn't mesh well, and they would not change it. That's why I left. She was always adverse to me getting home. Mind you, they would always say that, oh, we're a non-forced dispatch company when it comes to, our lease drivers. You can, pick where you want to go. Your manager's going to call you with options. But anytime I ever told her, hey, I want to go buy the house, it was a big problem. And she would always be like, well, the only thing we got is not going that direction. And most of the time that's a lie. But what could I do? I couldn't disprove her because they had no load board. But would I do drive-in with Mercer? Probably. I never looked into it. They do still also make 75% of the load. But the difference with drive-in versus flatbed at Mercer is that one, Mercer does not do drop and hook with their flatbed. They only do live load, live unload. They do drop and hook with their van department, but with the lease department, you're leasing to own the flatbed trailer. But with the drive-in department, you're only renting the drive-in trailers. But the thing with the drive-in trailers at Mercer is that you're not financially responsible for that trailer too. So that's the plus side to that. So if something go wrong with that trailer, it blow a tire, somebody ripped the DOT bumper off, it got a big hole in it somewhere, that's not your problem. You call them, they send somebody out to fix it. But something go wrong with that flatbed, that's on you, bro. All right, so can you choose your own truck at Hirschbach? No. Well, at least last time I was there, and this was 2023. No, was it? 2022. I was at Hirschbach, and I was there for 7 to 9 months. I was a trainer at Hirschbach. They don't let you pick your own trailer. I mean, oh geez, trailer. They don't let you pick your own truck. You kind of, like, they kind of give you a list of trucks, you know what I'm saying? And you can kind of tell them what you're looking for, and they'll just put you in something. Like, and for me, that bothered me, right? Because if I'm going to be leasing a truck, meaning that one day I may potentially want to buy this truck, and you're driving it to test the waters, they will let you. Sometimes they will let you pick what type of truck you want. Like if you want a Freightliner, if you want an International, and that's mostly what they got: Freightliners and Internationals. And I think maybe they had a sprinkle of KWs at one point, or I think maybe no. Do they have Volvos? No, I don't think they have Volvos. They have Freightliners mostly. The bulk of their fleet is Freightliner and Internationals. You don't even get to pick your own color of the truck. Even if you was able to pick the model, you don't pick the color. They just give you a truck. They just assign you a lease truck based on kind of certain preferences. Like if you tell them, hey man, I want like a 2018 International, they'll assign you one if they have one, but you don't get to pick the color. One thing they do that's somewhat good with their lease program is that you don't technically start new leases there, right? Some of their leases can be long. Let's not get that twisted. Some of their leases are long, like 5 years. But some of their leases for some of their older trucks, you actually start that lease where the last person ended. So if I picked up a truck and I had a 2-year lease, and then I go to and I quit after 5 months, and then the next person come in and get that same truck, boom, they starting their lease off at 1 year and 7 months where I left off on the lease. So they do that sometimes too. So that's a plus. So sometimes you can get lucky and pick up on somebody else's lease, because someone in my orientation class did that when I was there. They got a truck for someone who I think had 9 months left on their lease. It was a husband and wife team that were driving the truck. And they got the truck, and the guy only had 9 months on his lease. That was it. 9 months. And I think he still had like a $10,000 balloon payment. But other than that, after 9 months, he would have owned that truck. And I wonder to this day, did he ever stay there and own that truck? Because I would have. I would have bared whatever to go somewhere, lease a truck, and 9 months later walk away with a truck. Oh yeah, that would have been mine. But as far as the payments at Hirschbach, they're average. They're average what you would pay. They're definitely not on the lower side, but they're not as high as SFI. When I was there, a payment for the truck was either $650 or $750 a week. Now you do pay into a maintenance pool with them. So take that how you want to, because whether you have a repair or not, you don't have a maintenance account. You pay into a maintenance pool there. But if something go wrong with your truck, they fix it, no questions asked. It don't matter what go wrong with your truck. Your engine can fall out the bottom of it. They'll fix it, and you ain't got to pay a dime out of pocket. But you don't have a maintenance or escrow account there. It just goes into a maintenance pool. But that's that, man, y'all. I wasn't going to stay on here too long. My plan was to kind of do like an hour or whatever like that. Does Mercer have a load board? Yes, they do. Well, it's a website. I said it earlier in the video, and I know you probably weren't on at the time, but yeah, to answer your question, Mercer has what they call their contractor website, and that's where you go. It shows you, of course, the date the load picks up. It shows you where you're picking it up, so it does tell you the place, the address, gives you, the miles, the rate per mile. It shows you the rate to you, the pay to the truck. Like on their website, if it says that this load pays $2,500, that's what the truck makes. You don't have to do any math. You don't have to say, well, do this number times 75 and then add the fuel surcharge and all that. No, the rate it shows you is the rate you're making. And that's what it shows that. But if you want to see the breakdown, if you want to see the fuel surcharge, they can show you that. So if you just want to see the math, you can, but you get 100% of the fuel surcharge. But yes, simple answer to your question, they do have a website where you are allowed to go on the loads and you can choose your own loads. Also, you'll have a coordinator. So if you're too busy to kind of look on and choose your own loads, they have a coordinator. She can call you and be like, hey, there's some loads, blah, blah, blah. Or sometimes some of Mercer's agents will call you and they'll be like, hey, we see you're going to be in Dallas, Texas in 2 days. We got some loads coming out of there. Are you interested? So most of the time agents will call you, like by the time you book a load, they're already probably calling you about your next load to see if you want something that they're offering from the agents that are in that work that area. So yeah, I definitely keep busy at Mercer. If I'm sitting, it's because I choose to. I'm only sitting right now because I've already did my delivery for today, and my next load don't pick up till tomorrow. So I'm done driving for today. So I'm just, chilling. But yeah, Mercer is a good company. I've been here 3 months. I feel like I could be doing more, but that's personally, it's not a freight thing, it's not a Mercer thing, it's not a rate thing. That's a me thing. But right now I have some personal stuff going on, so I kind of have like a little mental block going on right now. But once I shake that off, I'm definitely going to be grinding a lot harder. They do have a lot of East Coast, West Coast runs. Mercer does go all over. They do go to all 48, including Canada. They do have some Alaska runs as well. Those pay extremely well, but you know what you're getting if you want to go to Alaska. So, I know what you're getting. You know what you're getting into if you decide you want to drive to Alaska. They have a lot of stuff out of Laredo. They have a lot of stuff out of Houston, Dallas area, all 48. They go everywhere. New York, Bronx, Long Island, wherever y'all want to go. You better believe Mercer goes there. They do all 48. Um, so I love it here at Mercer. I do. I just been kind of having this feeling in the back of my mind that I'm thinking about transitioning to either reefer or possibly doing dry van. If I don't do reefer or dry van, eventually I'm going to do heavy hauling. And while Mercer does some heavy hauling, you have to buy the equipment on your own. They don't lease out step decks or RGNs, low boys, whatever you want to call them. They don't lease those out. They only lease out 48-foot flatbeds. So even if you want to haul longer stuff, you have to get your own 53-foot flatbed trailer. They only lease out 48-foot flatbeds. And so if I ever wanted to get into heavy hauling, then like ATS would probably be somewhere I would go if I wanted to really get into some big boy hauling. Which, it sounds interesting. Of course, it's more work, but hey, more pay, right? So if I ever want to do some big boy stuff, I'll go to ATS. They have a pretty good system when it comes to leveling up into big boy stuff. Say, can you clear 15 to 2K take home? Yes, easily. Most of the time, like I was saying that earlier in the video as well, on a typical slow, bad week, if you want to call it a bad week, you can clear about 17. And that's like a week where you maybe only ran 2 loads, but those loads paid fairly decent. So you don't have to run super hard. You don't have to be running 4 or 5 loads here a week to clear 2K. And that's take home. That's after all expenses. I got my truck from Arrow Truck Sales, so I don't, I'm not leasing my truck, sort of say, versus financing. So I pay a monthly note, not a weekly note. So of course you got to make provisions for that, and taxes and all that. But yes, simple answer to your question, you can clear 15 to 2K. Most of the times I clear over 2K because Mercer pays after each load. Mercer does not pay weekly. They pay after each load. Usually, let's say if for example, I delivered a load this morning, and I delivered my load at about 10. I'm in Eastern time zone, so I delivered my load around 10 Eastern time. I'll get paid for that load tonight. Usually I have Navy Federal as far as my bank, and they usually don't make deposits till about 11 p.m. at night. So for the load I delivered this morning, I'll get paid for that tonight. Which means also, while you get paid after each load, you also, your deductions come out daily instead of weekly as well. So any deductions you have, whether it's insurance, which I only pay $155 a month for my insurance here. So that's not bad at all. And that's physical damage, all that. I only pay $155 a month for my insurance. All your deductions come out daily, so all your deductions kind of are prorated in a sense, or whatever. Yeah, man. Mercer is a good company. Just give them a call. Like I said, they got flatbed, they got dry van. They do some step deck runs for people who have step decks. You just have to bring your own. So they got step deck, they got RGN stuff. If you want to do that type of big boy hauling, you just have to bring your own equipment. They don't have it to lease out. Of course, they have dry van. I wish they had reefer. Now, if Mercer had reefer, I'd jump on that immediately. Maybe I'll start trying to put a bug in somebody's ear to get them to want to do some reefer hauling one day. I would jump on that. But if I ever want to do dry van, I think I would probably go back to Landstar and do that, honestly. I was at Landstar for a year. I absolutely enjoyed my time at Landstar. I had only left there because I had started my own authority at one point, but that did not work out for me. But I don't consider that a failure. It's just a lesson. Because everything we do in life is a lesson, right? Whether we succeed or fail. Learn the lesson, learn not to repeat it, life goes on. Keep trucking. Name of the game. But yeah, that's kind of it, guys. I didn't want to come on here too long. I just kind of wanted to ask the questions of what do you guys do to. So think about that today while you're sitting, while you're doing your 10-hour break or your 34-hour resets. just as a trucker, as a, as a man, as a woman, as a person, just sit there and kind of just ask yourselves, um, just ask yourself, are you okay? How, check in with yourself. Make sure that you're good, because we can't always just be out here money, 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 go, 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 green, 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 70 miles an hour on the interstate, going, going, going. Take time to stop. As cliche as it sounds, take time to smell the roses. Get out of this truck. As soon as I got this live with y'all, I'm getting up out this truck. So I'm not just gonna, preach something I ain't practicing. Get out this truck. Take a walk. I know it's cold right now, bundle up, but get out this truck sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Go do something if you can. When the warmer months come, Uber somewhere. Go downtown. If you're in a big city somewhere, go see the city. Go to the beach. Go to the gym. Find a way to ease y'all mind out here, because it can't just be about money and go, go, go. Because you can do all that and you can make great money, but are you happy? So ask yourself that. Are you happy right now? Are you satisfied with where you are in trucking as of right now? Could you be doing more? Could you be doing better? If so, what's stopping you from doing it? So consider all those things, guys, in your professional careers. I love y'all. Y'all my people. Thank y'all for chilling with your favorite YouTubian. Please like and subscribe if you want to. Like I said, guys, another way to support the channel is you can do gifts, or what they call super chat or super thanks. That's just another small way to support the channel. Do it if you want to. You don't have to, but hey, I throw that out there. And I'll see y'all. As y'all know, I always say, keep it between the mustard and mayo. Stay blessed. And I will see y'all on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Peace.